And the magic machine tells me that I'm live, so I trust and believe that I am live. Coming to you on this happy Monday afternoon. We've made it to the afternoon, and it's Halloween, so I am taking it light and breezy. It almost feels summer sleazy. It is unseasonably warm. Call it, I get Indian summer. I don't know what we're going to call it on the East Coast of the United States. Um, and wanting to come by and say hello. I'm going to try and do the rounds of all my YouTube channels, all my active YouTube channels. We say hello to Spooky first in the live chat, and we say hello to Jonacide second in the live chat. Hello, 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 gold medal anointed onto Spooky, silver medal onto Jonacide. Welcome to the proceedings. Just wanted to come by and say happy Halloween to all. If there's a little bit of false advertising in the title, it is not meant as a bait and switch. It is not meant, um, at all. I mean, I think there is a little bit of news, something that I wanted to comment on. When we search for titles, we want to advertise, we want to attract, we also want to be truthful, and we want to put the information in the best light possible. And we also want to work within the confines of the limited space available. What I've noticed is a trend, and look, the solo RPG community on YouTube is not a huge thing, but it's growing. It's certainly an active presence, and it certainly has the feeling of growth. So there's something here. What I've noticed and what I'm noting on, and what I'm going to talk about as far as news, trying to do some sort of news aggregation here. It's not really to call it solo RPG news. Look, I'm obviously having to pull together all sorts of sources, and this is not any sort of valuable service here. It's really a general observation coupled with an additional factoid cobbled together to look like something resembling a titleable video put on as an addendum to a happy Halloween hello. Really. And what it is noticing that people are live streaming. I don't think that this is, because of me. I think that I'm just part of the zeitgeist. Remember, like, I came and started this, channel. And, I started, saying initially that I couldn't wait till I got enough subscribers where I could do on this channel what I was used to doing on my other channels, which was a style of content creation that I was used to, which was just like this, just being talking and just live streaming, and wanting to bring that style to this space, but then kind of wondering if that would be a pro or a con, and wondering if this space would be amenable to that, or whether that would work with this sort of content or whatever. And then as time went on and I did get enough subscribers to do that, and I started to explore that those questions continued. But what I did notice then was, and I don't think it was because of me, I don't think it has anything to do with me, I don't think I have enough subscribers, or there's certainly not enough subscribers that are actually organic to the RPG community to have any sort of influence at all. I just think it's part of the zeitgeist. I just think it's part of the whole, general trends that go on. But I just noticed that people seems to have started that trend of live streaming, seems to have come to specifically the solo role-playing game area, meaning that I noted earlier in an earlier stream of mine that Kenny, the solo role-playing guy, and Artichoke Dip started to do a live stream together. Now, notice these guys have had YouTube channels for like 10 years each. and they're just now getting around to doing live streams, you know? And then I also noticed that Adventures with Dice, who doesn't exclusively do solo role-playing content, but does touch upon solo role-playing materials, and we'll talk about the validity of role-playing materials that he does cover to solo play, did a test stream. And so what I noted was, and then a guy who I don't follow for solo role-playing, and I just noted as part of a trend, who also did a live stream to celebrate finally getting 6,000 subscribers that he thinks is some sort of landmark. My super wonderful human being of the universe, RPG Fun Dip, did a 6,000 live stream. I only watched the first 15 minutes of it. This guy is on a tear, giving out all sorts of personal information. It is ridiculous. RPG Pundit is what his actual YouTube handle is. I call him RPG Fun Dip because he is a laugh riot. Remember that douchebag that used to hang out with Richie Rich, who was like Richie Rich if Richie Rich was a spoiled kid? Wait, hold on. Was like a shitty spoiled kid? Wait, hold on. The shitty spoiled kid that you're supposed to not like. Remember, like, you know, like the David Spade character from PCU. Imagine if they gave that guy a podcast. Essentially, it's kind of like what the first 15 minutes of RPG Fun Dips. I've got 6,000 subscribers. And that just goes to show you like what people think killing it in the RPG community is. Like, just like let you know guys know that this is competitive Scrabble. Like, you people have to know, like, there is like no, yes, there is a limit to how far this world will go. Also, on the note of people doing live streaming, Dungeon Dive with Daniel, he also did a recent update video where he noted that he was going to be on Fridays, was going to be dedicating Fridays to being solo RPG Fridays, where he was also going to be having live stream and live, basically like live plays. So that goes to show you, and part of that trend as well. And also specifically, hey, that's actually specifically news update. He also let us know in that update video that he did. And if I was like more of a newsworthy guy, I would give you like the links to these things. He also let us know that he was like kind of basically let us know behind the scenes that this is now like doing YouTube is like officially his part-time job. He's working 23 hours a day at this, which God bless him. And I love it when people let us know really, you know, what they're doing and, you know, how they're doing it. And I think that that's great, because I think it's great if you look at the percentage of American teenagers that put down YouTube influencer, Instagram influencer, social media influencer on their resumes. I think it's so important that people who do these YouTube channels let people know, not just the kids, but let people know what the reality of the hours put in, the revenue received, what AdSense revenue is, what Patreon support actually is. He let us know that he was stopping the podcast that he was doing because of the hours put in wasn't making sense for the return on investment. I love when content creators are that transparent. I think that is so crucial, because people do make decisions about, like, when we're out here in the economy of like, shit, like, I'm out here trying to make a dollar. I'm trying to decide whether to do this, whether to do that. You do look at the YouTube and say, fuck, you know, well, I'm into this, and this guy is making shit happen on YouTube. Maybe fuck, maybe I get a webcam. Maybe I try to do a podcast. Well, you're gonna want to know from the people you're following what it's actually like. Because if you follow some people and they're just giving you, hey man, what's up, sunshine and happiness, and yo, this living their best life on Instagram or whatever, you might be thinking that it's some sort of, you play board games or you roll some dice, and make it, and that's what's up. But trust me, that's not what's up. So when people let you know, it's good. And so that's, the trend of seeing people do the live streaming thing. So you see people are doing different things. And what I want to do is this. It's October 31st. It's Halloween. Things that go bump in the night, things that are dark. I think the role-playing games are part of this. I think Morkborg is part of this. One of the things I wanted to talk about in this notion of trends, I talk about the 20-year nostalgia loop. I talk about the 25-year nostalgia loop. I talk about the 30-year nostalgia loop. And it's so prevalent in the role-playing game communities. So prevalent. If we're talking about 20-year nostalgia loops, right around 2000, the thing that hit in role-playing games was the open gaming license from Wizards of the Coast. That was when they did the 3.0 changeover. And when Wizards of the Coast bought out TSR and wanted to implement a system that eased licensing, allowing third parties to make supplementary products to support the gaming community and the gaming environment and product. Essentially, if you look at the business model, what role-playing games did, they went in a completely opposite direction at the turn of the millennium from the recording industry, where the recording industry went and basically said, we own this intellectual property. We're going to sue you. We'll sue you. You infringe on our copyright, like Metallica going after Napster and making an enemy and going after their fans and suing their fans, and Lars Ulrich being lampooned by South Park and being, shit upon by everyone. And the record industry losing, going crazy in the courts and going and losing all sorts of revenue and all sorts of face value. Wizards of the Coast went a completely different direction and basically said to everybody, okay, we could fight you endlessly, or we could do something crazy like Nintendo did with their licensing and potentially stifle the market to a degree that things don't grow, or understanding just how narrowly this market is doing in print media going up against video games. We can get as loose as we can to try and make sure that as many publishing houses, as many gaming publishing houses that lived with our predecessors actually before we bought this company through the 70s and 80s survive whatever changes and transitions happen. It was a success. So and Morkborg, with its open gaming license kind of essentially model, that is 99.9% of the material in the market for Morkborg is not made by Morkborg. It's made by fans of Morkborg. Same thing with Troika. The new licensing model for these new gaming worlds is on the nostalgia loop for the open gaming license. And so I think you're going to see that in the gaming communities, in these social media spaces like YouTube, like Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Theoretically, we'll see. These insular communities should be hopefully communicating more, and there should be more of this outreach and more community content being made. We'll see how this survives. So the trend to we're going to see move forward might be more open source, more open licensed, and it might be a little bit might be a bit of a post-capitalist model, because eventually it will be, because there's going to be no capitalist value in printed role-playing materials soon, very soon, probably. Be honest. I'm not here to be a negative Nelly. It just probably is the case. Anyway, but that's the kind of the news as I saw it, that more and more people are live streaming, especially in the solo game space, solo RPG space. We see the trend of solo Kenny the solo RPG guy and Artichick Dope. Thank you. Happy Halloween. Artichoke dip. Artichoke dip. Happy Halloween. Live streaming by being joined by, it looks like Adventures with Dice is experimenting with live streaming, an RPG centered channel, not necessarily solo RPG centric. It looks like Dungeon Dive is Daniel Dungeon Dive is dedicating Fridays to solo RPG live streams, or at least partially, definitely for solo RPGs, and part of that time is going to be, it looks like it's going to be live streams, as well as other parties as well, doing the live streaming thing. I hope I didn't mention, didn't leave anybody out. Also, RPG Fun Dip is a live streaming. I might just cover him on Patreon, do him in his entirety, because that'll be great. He is just the best. He is just laying all sorts of biographical details. Fall. I just might end by, hold on. No, I don't want to. I don't want to be negative. Oh, he's great. He's a Bolsonaro supporter. RPG Fun Dip. He's not a trust fund baby, though he does admit that his family came from very well-to-do means. But his father wasn't a trust fund baby, but they admits that they come from very well-to-do means, but not a trust fund baby. At 18, he went out on his own. Okay. And so, what are you in Brazil now? And I'm only 15 minutes into his biography, into his live stream. So I wonder what else he's going to say. It'll be exciting. I can't wait. This guy loves to talk about himself. He's great. He's the best. Oh, he's the best. I'm sure he's not going to get let loose any other embarrassing details by himself. He knows that Pinky's Out is not the real way to drink tea. And that's a dead giveaway to let people know that you're not really, really upper class. But he knows what it means to be really upper class. But he's not a trust fund baby. But he's been around those people, I guess. And he knows what it means to be like upper class, because that means something. RPG Fun Dip. What a doucher. Which is like, he's just such an absolute total fucking classist doucher. I have no friends, and I don't know why I have no friends. I know why I have no friends. I have no friends because the people of this school wouldn't know class if it landed on their face and started to wiggle. These people don't even know, okay, who Brahms is. They probably think that's a sort of friggin', I don't know, like Scotch whiskey that they're like, I don't know, uncle drinks. If they heard the term single malt, they'd be like, what is that, like Ovaltine? And it'd be at that point that I would have walked away at the party and told my friend, don't punch that guy. Just don't punch that guy. He's going to tell his dad, and then we're going to be in trouble. Just don't punch him. Don't punch him. Let's just walk away. Sister. Night Song. This is from the Halloween Oracle. Night Song. Hidden Talents. Night Song. Hidden Talents. And the book from Stacy DeMarco reads, Oh, you can remember mods? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the tour of duty. Night song, hidden talents. What is this? Okay. Night song, hidden talents. A ruby red bird singing in the darkness, full of sound, like an unopened present, ribbons still bound. A bird singing at night is an unusual occurrence, and those birds who are known as singers of the darkness are almost always considered sacred or frightening. From the operatic nightingale through to the hooting owl, hearing a bird that you cannot see weaving its magic through the night sky has captivated humans for millennia. In the past, at Halloween time, a night that the veil between the worlds was said to be at its thinnest, these night birds were considered either omens or messengers of the gods. Depending on the culture, their voices were perceived as good luck and a positive validation, or alternatively, a warning about continuing on a certain pathway. In some mythology, the night bird was able to direct us toward discovering our talents and true purpose, a kind of guide in the darkness leading us to the dawn. Should this beautiful but shy bird sing to you by appearing during your divination, know that you must unwrap the present of yourself. Live on YouTube. Look, that's what I told. Some of the gifts within you remain unopened. Not for long. The time has come to step into your true potential and claim all possibilities for yourself. There is no more time to waste. No more excuses. Night song. Hidden talents. Find them. Okay. And we say hello to Tim Frey. And we have our bronze medal winner, and that's good enough for us. Folks, the solo playthrough of Morkborg continues. Subscribe. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more solo RPG goodness, general RPG goodness, general good times, if you so desire. There are other links to other YouTube channel and other Instagram, I think, funness in the description box below. I'm not much of a networker. I'm just a regular guy who maintains some loose presences on the internet. Okay. May the celebrations of life continue. May the celebrations of night songs and Halloween continue. Okay. Many happy returns. I love you. I love you. I love you. If nobody told you they loved you today, somebody just did. That somebody is me. Okay. Until next time. Oop, wrong thing. I'm going to go to I am the one who works here next.